going on? How's everyone doing?
Shout out to Colin. Everybody else who's cool with Colin.
Chunky! I didn't say.
Eat your popcorn and your Coca-Cola and relax.
Anyway, tell Colin I'm ready.
What's going on? This is Colin. How's everybody doing? I hope you're having a great day so far. I've got a good one. We're in front of Magistrate Norbeck, and we have a guy fighting a traffic ticket, which is fine. That is his right. However, his wife comes to the rescue, but it doesn't work how he thinks it's going to work. It doesn't. Just wait. Before I hit that play button, you know what to do. Hit the like and subscribe. Do your jump kick backflips. Let's go.
All right, gentlemen, this is a citation that was issued on April 2nd of this year on Blue Star Highway there, city of Saugatuck. It's a speeding citation on an actual 55 and a 35. However, it was only written as 6 to 10 over. Mr. Crabtree, you are here on this citation to do one of three things. First is you could admit responsibility to the citation. Or two, admit responsibility, but you'd like to provide some sort of explanation as to how or why this happened. Or three, you wish to contest this citation. In other words, fight the ticket at what we call informal hearing. What were you looking to do?
I want to contest.
All right. Then even though I cannot see you, I'd ask that you raise your right hand, same way the deputy is going to raise his right hand. You swear or affirm any testimony you'd give here today would be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes, sir.
I do. Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Crabtree, it makes a lot more sense for me to start with deputy. He has the burden to establish to me why you were issued a citation in the first place. But then after that, you'll have an opportunity to either ask questions or testify on your own behalf. And with that, deputy, you want to pick up the narrative somewhere it makes sense, explain the issuing of this citation.
Yes, Your Honor. So when I issued the citation, or I should say, before I issued the citation, I was running stationary speed enforcement near the intersection of Blue Star and Lake. I was facing southbound on the eastern side of the roadway, Blue Star Highway, just north of Lake Street. As I was doing so, I noticed the suspect's vehicle traveling northbound across the bridge that connects the cities of Saugatuck and Douglas. I noticed that this vehicle appeared to be traveling much faster than the posted speed limit of 35 miles per hour. I then activated my front-facing stationary radar device, which was reading solely the traffic that was coming at me and no other traffic. The defendant's vehicle was the only vehicle in this zone at this time. As I activated it, it showed me that the defendant's vehicle was traveling 55 miles per hour in the 35. Upon seeing this, I turned around my patrol vehicle and followed the defendant's vehicle until I was able to catch up with him on Old Allegan Road, just east of Blue Star Highway, so about a mile away. I explained to the defendant why I was stopping him. He did not agree with me. Eventually, him and I came to a bit of an agreement. We calmed down a little bit, and I only ended up writing him for 45 and a 35 as opposed to 55 and a 35. I should also note that my radar is calibrated at the beginning and end of every one of my shifts.
All right. Mr. Crabtree, what is it you'd like to tell me?
My wife is also here, Amber Crabtree. It's funny because I asked him if he had video because I had my cruise control on, and he also said that he couldn't see the proof of insurance. Well, I got enough of those tickets to know that that's automatically on your guy's computer. I just got tagged. I didn't even need to show my proof.
Sir, you don't have a ticket.
I don't know what the deal is.
All right. I've gotten enough tickets to know that's never a good way to start a sentence when you're in court for a traffic ticket. Just saying. Keep that one in your bag of tricks the next time you guys are in court.
You don't have a ticket for no proof of insurance, sir. I just need to know what speed you think you were traveling. I have testimony you were traveling 55 and a 35.
No, I wasn't. Me and my wife were just talking about my speed, and I was telling her I had it on cruise control. That's why when he walked up, I asked him if he had it on video. And then he said that he needed my insurance. I said, you got it on your computer. He said, no, I don't. So he lied to me.
Anything further you'd like to add, sir?
And my wife was right here as witness.
Yep, I was there, and he was not traveling that fast, sir.
All right. Anything further you'd like to say?
Nope. I've gotten
All right.
tickets
Well,
for
sir-
speeding. If I was, I would have just pled guilty and paid it. But this time I wasn't.
All right. So, sir, the evidence I have before
All right, case closed. Everybody, the wife says he wasn't speeding. She was there at the time. Case closed. That's all the evidence you need.
me is that the deputy has you going 55 in a posted 35, as evidenced by his testimony and his radar that he says was in proper working order that day. You just said, no, I wasn't. And your wife said, no, you weren't. I have no evidence on your side of you going how fast you think you were going. So I would have to decide that I find that you were, that there is enough evidence here to find you responsible on this citation.
That's unfair.
What's that?
That's not fair. That's very unfair. No,
Sir,
I was not
I
speeding.
gave you
I
an
had my cruise
opportunity. You
control
didn't
on.
even tell me what speed you were going. You just said you had your cruise control on. That doesn't
At
help me at
40
all.
miles an hour. I was going
That's the
40
first
miles
time
an
you
hour.
just said that, sir, after proofs are
I'm
closed.
sorry. I thought I said that.
No,
I
sir.
apologize.
And your wife
sir.
didn't
I apologize.
either.
I thought
And
I
I
said I was
even
going
asked
for it.
you, I asked you and your wife multiple times if there was anything further you'd like to say as far as your testimony. You never provided an alternative to the deputy's testimony that you're going 55. So here's what I will tell you. Because you had an informal hearing, you do have a right to go to formal hearing. Formal hearing is in front of the district court judges with the prosecutor's office. I shouldn't give you legal advice, but you would need to testify to a speed less than what you're accused of going to have any chance of winning. But in order for you to go to formal hearing, you'd have to do two things. One is you'd have to ask to do that within 7 days of today's date. Your window of opportunity to continue to contest this ticket closes after 7 days. And two, you'd have to come in and post a cash bond in the same amount as the fine to guarantee your appearance at formal hearing. Do you understand your rights on appeal?
I do. Now, why do I got to go pay if I'm innocent till proven guilty? I have the right to appeal.
Because, sir, at formal hearing, well, first of all, this is not a criminal matter, sir. It's not, we don't talk like innocent or guilty. It's a civil infraction. But in order, the formal hearing includes subpoenaing witnesses. The prosecutor has to be present. There's a certain cost to the court in order to hold a formal hearing. And for you to set up a formal hearing and then just not show up costs the court, like I said, an amount of money. So they make you post a bond to guarantee your appearance at formal hearing. The bond is the same amount as the fine. If you win at formal hearing, you get that money right back. It's only if you would continue to be found responsible, they would use that for fines and costs.
I would have taken responsibility if I had been speeding. I've had enough tickets, and I'm not, I'm just saying that. I know I have my cruise control on. I was just talking to my wife
Well,
about my
sir,
speed.
even the cruise control that you told me is still speeding, right?
It's 40 miles an
40
hour.
and
I
a
was doing
35
5
is
over.
1 to 5 over.
And you're allowed to go 5 over.
Well, not if you get a ticket. My job is to decide if you were going a certain amount over the limit. If you were written for 5 over and you're going 5 over, you would be found responsible. I don't want you to think there's a certain amount of speeding you're allowed to
I've been told that it is legal to go 5 over. I mean, I can look that up. I
don't know who told you that, sir, but I can guarantee you that's not correct. 1 mile over is still speeding if the officer were to decide to write you a ticket for that. But we're all set here. I'm going to release.
Oh, you got crickets. No response on that one. Yeah, that officers generally won't pull you over for driving 5 miles an hour over the speed limit. That doesn't make it legal. What's the old saying that they taught me when I was a kid? My parents taught me this. It was it 7 you're fine, 8 you're mine? No, 8 you're fine, 9 you're mine. I don't even remember. But my parents taught me that. But that doesn't make it legal. Yeah. Anyways, the guy's an idiot. Bad argument in court. And now he's got to pay the ticket. But he did ask a good question, though. The magistrate Norbeck answered it perfectly when he asked, "Why do I have to pay a fine if I'm innocent until proven guilty?" first off, magistrate was correct. There's no guilty or innocent in a civil matter, but no, people don't ask that question enough, and the reason for the bond makes sense when you ask the question, but I do feel like that does seem a little. I don't know the right word, but it seems a little odd that you would have to pay to do that. But anyways, it makes sense. It's a bond to make sure that you appear, and yeah, if you do win, you get it back. So I mean, that's how it works. Anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Please hit that like button if you did. I would surely appreciate it. Until next time, bye.
Parties, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.